So I heard of this analogy for dating and I wanted to share it with you guys and see what you think. The analogy is basically that the way men look at dating is by casting a huge net. They cast a huge net, and then out of the options that are left in that net, that's how they go about choosing a mate, whether for relationships, whether for sex. And this analogy states that, the other end of the analogy for women is that the way they go about dating is by fishing, meaning they're way more selective from the beginning, but then once they catch that fish, they're set on that fish. Of course, this is a generalization, it's stereotyping, but I find this kind of compelling, it makes sense to me. And then of course, my next thought is, well, how does this apply to gay men? I think that generally speaking, you could look at it as tops operate through that casting a net idea, whereas bottoms are more selective like women are in this analogy. But I also feel in general, gay men tend to be way more selective. And maybe that's just in my head, because you could look at Grindr or apps like, Sniffies, and some guys are just ready to go with whoever, right? So I guess the point is not to assume for an entire collective group, but I am wondering how you guys perceive this. How do you make sense of this? Do you think it's accurate? Do you think it applies to gay men as well as straight people? Let me know in the comments what you think.